All right, so a lot happening. Yesterday was an amazing day with SPY and QQQ flying, and a lot of stocks did some really good movement. One of the big movements yesterday was from RNXT, right? So it's still going up, which is beautiful. So anyone who, this IPO was just listed last week. Of course, as soon as it started, it dipped a little, came down to like 675, after which it started making movement upwards. If you were watching and you saw it come to here, making its way back to the initial listing price of $9, you may have wanted to get into it. Right now, imagine someone who bought it this morning right here, August 27th. They're pretty sad because then after that, it just fell. Slowly dying. It probably hit the stop loss for a lot of people. And then it had a big fall here, after which it took off. Right. So yesterday, August 30th, it took off hard. Now, once it passed its initial IPO price of $9, a lot of people probably got in over there and then got disappointed again that it started falling. Right, and then it did it again. Now, of course, by this point, people are burnt out and like, yo, fuck, this stock is not doing anything. And then, boom, it broke through everything, right? So if you picked it up at around 683 or 7 even, you doubled your money, right? So now it's up to 15, and I wouldn't be shocked if by the end of the week it was at 30, doubling once again. For me personally, I have no idea how this is actually truly going to act. It can fall back down at any point. They are a pharmaceutical company, but I'm not really sure what to think of them. I haven't seen anything that really makes me buy into them, right? So if we come here, let's see. Sometimes it takes time for new IPOs to get listed on FinViz. And we can see here stocks moving. No real news for why they're moving though, right? It went up. That's it. No real news for why it's moving. In terms of trending stocks yesterday, right, you can see on here I have all the stocks open that I'm keeping an eye on. Anything that I'm watching because I feel like they've been popular or have space to move. As I try to fix my voice. And you can see yesterday GSMG was one of the highest volumes in trending stocks, right? But it didn't really move that much. It didn't go anywhere crazy. It just had a lot of buy and sell volume. So nothing crazy interesting. As far as gap up stocks, Affirm has a lot of movement. Catapult had movement. Both of them were actually going places. We have Catapult open right here. Right, so Catapult actually did show some actual motion in the stock value, but again, this was yesterday basically, and then it died back down. So it was kind of boring. But this can be the next RNXT kind of movement. At any given moment, it can start making its way back to 10. So got to keep an eye on that, and it's been as high as 20 before. So got to be careful with that. It's at a low, but it can go lower. So you can see it could be as low as 350. Anyone that got in at 350 is pretty happy. Entering at under 5, I would want to see movement before I enter. Right. So I wouldn't enter without the movement there first, because that movement could end up going downwards. AMC did great yesterday as well, breaking through to 45. So that was another big plus yesterday. Good movement. And then right here from the options that we were doing yesterday, SPY and QQQ were crazy. Now today they started lower than the ending day, right? There's a dip at the end over there. But this was yesterday in the morning. They just, SPY and QQQ both just took off. It was wonderful, right? But they both got this downward movement, which personally makes me think that today they're going to be showing again massive upwards growth, right? Because that's just kind of what happens, right? So since they're below the dash line for where they're starting today, it's going to make its way back up, and I will be looking at SPY for calls as well. The same thing for QQQ. SPY and QQQ both, I'll be looking at both of them for calls. I'm going to try to pick up something in the cheaper range. Sun and Ja were two other penny stocks I'm keeping an eye on. This should probably be in the upper browser tab, but there's no space there right now, so I've got it over here. I use this set of tabs for just the things I'll be looking at for options. Yesterday, Apple broke to new all-time highs of 153. Right? It had touched 153.50 as well. You know, with Tim Cook taking off and new changes occurring in their CEO and all that stuff, there's always big changes, you know, and depending on who they pick and how credible that person is, Apple could see a skyrocket towards 170, right? So all-time highs. It is reaching new all-time highs. I actually ended up selling the 20 shares I had of Apple, you know, in anticipation of the fact that it might go down. I was very content selling those 20 shares, and I'd rather use the money for options than to actually hold Apple shares, because the dividend payments Apple was giving me wasn't all that. I also averaged down on something I'm a bag holder in. So I averaged down on my charge point. I had made a mistake. There was this era here where charge point was soaring. So I picked it up. I bought it at, let's take a look. All these options that never went through, but where did I buy it? They took it out. It's not in history anymore because of all the shit. But I just picked it up yesterday at 21.33, 150 shares, 21.33. But previously the average was almost $40, so now it's almost $30. Shouldn't be too hard to come back to it. You know, I never sold it. I should have sold it at like, you know, something 45 bucks maybe. So now I'm gonna wait till it does this again, where it kind of comes above the 30, and just get rid of all 250 shares. You know. It's at the lowest it's been in a long time, so I thought it was a good time to average down. Yeah. If it goes lower, then that's just what it is. What can I do? Right, so that's one thing. I've averaged down on ZOM. Haven't really done anything about NSPR. I'm just gonna let that sit. Waiting for Gilead to become green. Right, I've already got my limit order set there, so that's just gonna sell whenever it turns green. I need to average down BTX, sell print whenever it turns green. I need to average down EVFM more. You know, there's a lot of these things. ALF always has jumps in movement. I need to average down there as well. Once I'm done with those, then I'll do a big average down in B square, and then I'll be done. WPG, I'm not too far from where I want to sell it, so that's okay as well. The point is to never really panic. This money is not lost until I actually sell, right? This is not a realized loss until I actually sell. So I can always average this down big time. You know, if we look at B square, my average is 744, right? It was as low as 257 lately, 239. It's been in this range, right? Under 3. I can buy another 5,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 3,000 shares, whatever, and heavily average this down, making it very easy for it to turn green again, right? And if it ever makes this kind of movement, then for sure it'll just go through, because I already have a limit sell for selling it at 8. Right, so it's already ready. So everything's in place no matter what happens, right? Crypto, my goal right now with Litecoin is to sell it. I'm going to get rid of it because I'm a day trader, so I don't need to hold anything. It's above my average, and it keeps going way below my usual average, so I might as well lower my average, right? That's like pretty commonsensical. So I'm just going to wait till it, you know, it looks like it's got some good upward movement today. Just got the Galaxy Z Fold 3, and I love this phone so much. The whole tablet aspect of it and all that is just amazing, amazing. And of course, remember, you can write off your phone on your taxes as a deductible thing for work. I do use it for trading stocks. So on my phone, it's really easy for me to look at webull as well as the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, TOS. You know, on Thinkorswim and webull, those are both my little accounts, right? So those are all accounts that I cannot regularly day trade in. I'm limited to 3-day trades every week, basically. So on my webull app, I had picked up BBIG, which I sold, right? So that had good movement yesterday, and that was a good day trade for that. I'm looking to grab SON SONN and jobs on both of them, both my TD Ameritrade account as well as my webull account, to try to see if I can get a big profit off of them. Other than that, let me just see what's happening. I'm getting a bunch of notifications for alerts. What are we watching today? What are we doing? So most of the movement that we're talking about is like Facebook, Boeing, PayPal, blah blah. PayPal looking like the most promising apparently. So let's take a look at our power stocks. Right, just like we do every morning, we wait for the first 15 minutes to pass by so we can take a look at how our power stocks are developing. Uber's going up. Some of these are still just a little dot, so we need to give it a little more time. QQQ, you can already see it's jumping upwards, right? SPY is also pointing upwards. Apple is trying. Apple yesterday had a really weird thing it was doing right here. It was like pointing up, down, and then it took off. It was crazy. It took off really hard. Snapchat was a swing I had done from before the weekend, 27th, and then the next morning it just flew. And I sold a little early. I didn't know if it was actually going to go or not because of this dip, but it did. It went real good. It went really, really good. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, so I had 3 contracts I bought. No, actually not even that before. So right here, August 27th, I just picked up 1 swing contract at $1.30. I averaged down yesterday morning because it was pointing down, and then I was able to sell it at a good average between these two, but then it went way past that, and I wasn't sure, so I kept it safe. Wasn't sure if it was actually going to go way past that, because sometimes it doesn't. Let me see. Okay. Oh, is RNXT still moving? Yes, it is. It is still moving, going towards 16 now. I do regret not picking it up. I got into ABVC and what was the other thing? Aero or Tero, something like that. I have 200 shares of ABVC. If this takes off, that'd be beautiful. Let me see what the other thing I was in. ATER, this one. ATER. I was in ATER, it went up and I sold it. All right, so I got in at 6, went to 8, sold off 50 shares. Tiny, good tiny gain. And it's still, I guess, a watchable stock because it has space. But RNXT is taking off right now, so that's what's up with them. Some of these others not really making much movement anymore, but they're still potentially going to make another movement. So I'm going to keep an eye on them just to see what they do. If they start showing any potential for movement, I want to be able to jump on that and grab it. So now we can look at, let's see. This morning, we've got the list already on Discord as well as in the description down below. Right? And what we're really trying to look at is PayPal. So let me see something real quick. I want to look at the analysis of PayPal. Some of these what do you call it? Some of these Discord channels have a analysis tab where they literally have, like, you can enter code and it'll give you a full breakdown of a chart with lining and everything. It's really nice. So let's see. So here we have PayPal. That's one chart. I can see that positive movement right there. I'd be sad. I can't see this as confirmatory for growth upwards, but okay. So if PayPal is such a strong watch, let me see. I'm just trying to see if any other Discord servers also alerted PayPal in a similar way, but I don't really see anything right now, anywhere else at least. Well, if PayPal's looking this good, let me go back to my options one. So where's PayPal? App Store, Microsoft, well, there's a lot of mix here. A lot of these, look at these guys. These guys can turn back immediately. Chewy was really green yesterday as well. Okay, so MU, Nvidia, and AMD. AMD looking green. Let's open that up. We got PayPal right here. All right, let's grab this chart. So, oof, wow. Even yesterday, PayPal was crazy. All right, so. Let's see. 740 buying power. Okay. So we got 7 more minutes to go. Keeping an eye on AMD, PayPal. Let me move these over. Are any of these worth closing? No. No, none of these are worth closing. Any of them can start moving at any time. So I will keep them all open and see what's up. Hopefully today ABVC can show me some big gains. Otherwise I'll continue holding it, that's not a problem. And DATS has been on a really nice upward movement, so I want to keep an eye on that as well. TR. Alright, so let's move over Sun and job, because I really just like using this tab, this set of tabs for just the options I'll be watching. So Snapchat, still potential. Pen, let me see, it's not really showing strength in the same movement it was having before. This may start going down, although it's got quite a nice upward movement this morning so far. And SPY and QQQ. So these are all our boys this morning. That's the family. PayPal options are looking a little excessively expensive. They're also gapped. I'm not a fan when the options are not, you know, $1 each. You see 287 and jumped to 290, then it jumps to 292.5. The gap in between is $2.50 between each of these. Otherwise, it is showing upwards strength, very good upward strength. So I'm intrigued. Yeah, this is more affordable, although I'm not sure if Apple is really going to move way above, you know, and again, you can see like it was 148, 149, 150, it was $1 gaps, and then it's 250 gaps now. All right, so got to be slightly safer. I don't know if it's really going to make much movement towards 155. I don't think so. It'd be breaking new all-time highs again, and if it is going to do that, I'd rather be in QQQ picking up like 382 calls, you know. So That's something. If AMD, PayPal, Apple, Snap, if these guys are all going to be moving upwards in a very nice manner, then I'll just grab QQQ happily. Let's see. All right, let me let everyone know. Alright, so I just let anybody know what I'm watching, what I'm planning. PayPal's already gone up $1 basically, which is pretty interesting. Well, 30, 35, 36 cents. SONN is moving up again. I can see that. It's bouncing back from 0.75 and it's up to 0.80 again. That's what's up. Let me take a quick look at that level 2 data. We got some big sellers though, big sellers. So that would cause resistance at around 82, 80 cents. And it hasn't really broken past 82 in like the last hour. It was all the way up to $1 at 4:30 a.m. That's the big jump it did. But now it's struggling to pass that. So we gotta see what's up with that. It's still showing green movement though, so that's always nice. And similarly, I believe RNXT is just breaking through now. Yep, on its way to 16. I have a feeling it'll go to 30 today. I'm pretty confident it'll go to 30 today, so you know, I'm not too worried about that. I'm just not really gonna risk it. I'm not gonna try getting into it because it could come back down. If it is a pump, then it'll definitely go past 16 into 30s and be happy. So we'll see when that happens. DATS is moving. We got 1 more minute. A lot of orders are going to come in and things are going to get halted and it's going to get crazy. I'm going to keep RNXT open over there. Alright, so let's see what happens here. AMD curling back down. PayPal. I have a feeling PayPal is just going to go. As soon as the market opens, it's just going to fly and possibly start going to its all-time high towards 300. 300, wow. Alright, so these prices just jumped. That's very expensive. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Apple, Snap just curled down. Pen curled down. How are the power stocks looking overall? Uber, D-Dog, ooh. QQQ, AMAT. Alright, so QQQ is looking pretty good. I'm gonna grab, yeah, okay. So, is it gonna go down more? I'm thinking of grabbing 381 calls. How much do I have? 700. 700. So I can grab 5 at 0.7. 0.7. Is it gonna go lower than that? Oh, I got it lower than that. Yeah, 0.67. So I got my 5 contracts of QQQ, right? And from the things I'm watching, it looks like D-Dog. Okay, that's pointing down now. AMAT pointing out, AMD dying, PayPal dying, Apple dying, Snap dying. Okay, cool. So let's see if QQQ falls much lower. Then I have some space to average, right? I've still got $400 to average this down. So let's see how this goes. RNXT is going down. DATS. So if we let it sit, DATS is moving up. Bridge line, BBIG. I think I'm going to grab this. I'm going to do a quick day trade on this. Grabbed it. It's going to reach 8. I'll sell there. Starting to wonder if I should have gotten puts instead. Everything is now up. Didn't need to close that. All good. Root is looking good. I see QQQ coming back up. Couldn't average down though. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this open since I'm in on it. This is almost about to hit 8. 796, 798, 799, and it's, come on, don't be a loser. There you go. That's what I thought. Sold. Perfect. I'm okay with that. I'll get back into it if it comes back down. Now here we have gone down quite a bit. Okay. So I'll average down because I'm pretty sure. Here we go with PayPal. But it's too expensive, so I'm not gonna get in that. It's too expensive. I'm keeping, myself to intelligent trades with space. Okay. So this just came back down to 776 again. I just saw that. I don't know if it's gonna really make movement. Let me just pick it up again. I'm gonna put no, I need money for options. Damn, it's back to 8 again. All right, whatever. We'll keep an eye on that. QQQ. So let's see. This has a lot of space to average down right now, but if it's going to keep going down, then that's kind of lame. We do see good movement in a couple of these guys. D-Dog is dying. Okay, Applied Materials not really making a move. Uber pointing up after quite a bearish run. Wow. I don't know how much faith I have in this actually going up though. I think the only way to figure this out is keep an eye on the power stocks and see what they're doing. And it's a mix, it's a Christmas mix of red and green. SQ looking good. Walmart, MU. It's interesting that Nvidia and AMD are going down, but MU is going up. So would have printed with puts right now, but let me see what I have. 400. Oh, no, no, no. Whoa. Whoa. Careful. Trying to buy. Yeah, it should be a pretty good average down. Damn, I missed that grab. No more. Why isn't this filling? There you go. Okay, so now filled me at 0.42. Wonderful. So my average is down a little bit. Pretty good down. Yeah, Uber, curling, AMD. There you go, Apple. Good boy. Go up. All these guys need to take QQQ and just go up. I have faith. How's SPY looking? Yeah, we're good. I'm not too worried. Should be a nice green day every day. All we need is to make $1,000 a day, and you're basically making $250,000 a year. Look, the goal is simple, right? With day trading, once you get your list of stocks, once you know what you're watching for, once you know what you're trying to accomplish, all you need to do is make $1,000 a day. That's it. And assuming you even trade 250 days a year, right? Because you take out all the weekends, you take out some extra days for days you just won't be trading, or holidays. You know, even if you trade 200 days a year and make $1,000 a day profit, you're earning $200,000 a year. That's it. You know, taxes and whatnot, and then whatever other job you do. Like I have a job, right? So I work as a data entry clinical researcher. I'm a clinical research coordinator of remote data entry, and I'm going to be doing that as soon as I go offline from here. You know, I just keep entering data, and I have my screens open. I have a little screen here, and I have another laptop I use that I've usually put right here, and I just enter data as I'm trading stocks. You know, that's the way to do it. If you can do multiple jobs because your brain is capable, then why wouldn't you? All right, so let's see. Still pointing down. Interesting. Yeah, I would want to see this break through $1 today, though. I want to sell this at $1.10. So let me alert what I've done today. Oh, I got a new alert actually. RPHM. What is RPHM? Ooh. Okay. The sell orders are humongous here, but no. According to the level 2 data, it should theoretically be going up. That's a big buyer right there. And that is why it has gone up, but whether or not it'll continue to is a different story. Not quite interested right now. Let me update everyone on QQQ. $381 calls. Gotta have faith. I could sell these 5 contracts, so I will go ahead and sell those 5 that I picked up at 0.42. I want to sell those 5 at 0.5 and average down again if I can. But this bad boy is still going down. Let's see if it goes to that point where it sells those 5 that I bought at 42 cents. We're good. And then if it comes back down, we'll buy it again. Yeah, that's the goal. There apparently Palantir is showing nice movement. Not one of my favorite stocks. Kind of a lame stock to be honest. But it just had a big green movement into open. Yeah. See, at this point you don't want to buy it. It opened. It did this. Now it's gonna show some downward movement. Probably has a lot of sell orders. Yep. A lot of these sell orders are finally being met at 27, at 28. You can see the number of orders, 220,000 orders for selling it here. Now, you don't want to do that. Yeah, this is not gonna go to like 27 or something, unless something changes, but that's beyond our control and knowledge. Let's see. Uber is kind of making its way up. MU is moving up. This is nice. 195. MU is moving up. Big green movement this morning. Would have been a wonderful swing from yesterday. Not sure how much more space it has to go anywhere today. I'm just going to put a note for myself right here, right, that at 74.50, it was at 0.74 for the $75 call. All right, so I want to see what happens to this by the end of the day. Not thinking it will break 75. Now I want to see if it does break 75. You know, imagine I bought it when I was typing that. I would be going down again. So I just, you know, I like keeping notes to see whether or not I understood what's going to happen. I should be selling here soon. What's happening? Once it successfully, yeah, there you go. So those 5 shares sold. Right now I can average down again. Those 5 shares sold. Okay, so RHE is now halted. Here we go. This is not the first time it's being halted. This thing happens with RHE quite often. Randomly, it just takes off. Anytime it's at this range, $8 or below, you want to pick it up. You want to pick it up, you want to bag hold it because it is a frequent flyer. All right, so you can see QQQ taking off, getting green, very nice. If it goes down again, I will average down more. And SPY is curling back up, so let's see if I want to get into SPY. 453 call looks pretty good. I don't know if it's going to go down anymore. I just want to see what it goes to when it unhalts. I don't want to tap into my margin. 445. Okay, so there you go, SPY. All right, I think I'll just keep it to playing with QQQ for now. Let's see. All right, so here we are going down again. I have how much? 445. Okay, so I would want to grab this at like 0.42 again if it comes down. So far we're good. We're okay. Nothing insanely lost. Pen took off. Nice, nice. Snap is trying. Apple is trying. AMD is trying. MU is still there. Looks like all in all, some of these are trying pretty well. So QQQ should be showing positive movement. SYTA is moving again. Oof. Big knife. It got knifed down really hard all of a sudden. It was moving and then it got knifed down really hard. So you can see. I was looking at it right here on TD Ameritrade. So you can see it was moving up and then it got knifed down pretty hard. So that sucks. That's unfortunate. It's been dying out ever since it did its thing today. It went all the way to 7 from like 3. It doubled and then it's been dying. So reasons why you don't get into shit like that, because that happens. Snap is doing really well. Snap and Square. Yeah, QQQ really should be doing a lot better than it looks like. It should have no trouble coming back to 380, you know, and then going above 380, 70. Yeah, I don't think it will have trouble. So that's it for today. I'm going to continue watching, playing with QQQ and SPY. Easy money. Should be able to make whatever I need today. And so far, we've got this little $40 gain. See what we can do by the end of the day. And that's it. So thanks a lot for joining. Keep it up. Everything's being alerted as I go on my Discord server. And I will see you guys again tomorrow morning.